solution you are developing. As I have seen yesterday, we take question knowledge check as well. And I found that, there are a lot of things that you have learned through this training. What do you say? How did the training is for you? Is there anything that you learned?
Yes, sir. No doubt, sir. We are learning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do we? Thank you. So we will start our next topic. Anyone aware what should be our next topic be?
How to connect power.
How to connect Power Apps and Power Automate together. Right? That's what our next topic is. So yeah, let's jump into the topic. Keep your Power Automate ready. Keep your Power Apps ready. Today we are going to learn few things where Power Apps and Power Automate can be used. Before I proceed, anything to bring up, any questions, any queries?
Yes.
Alrighty. So let's begin. Let's begin with our. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Great. So we know that we have connected Power Automate to various things. Okay, and we know that the URL for Power Automate is for sure flow.microsoft.com. This is where you will build your all of the things. Similarly, I do have make.powerapps.com, which is for Power Apps. Make sure you have signed in. Perfect. I'll use the sign in option. Which one do I use? This one. Okay, allow. What is it? 90695. Verify. Space signed in. Okay. Now let's start with Power Apps. What are the things that we have learned in Power Apps? How many type of application can we create?
Canvas and model.
Canvas apps and model driven apps. What are model driven apps based out of? Microsoft Dataverse tables, right?
Yes.
So if you want to automate things that are changes on Microsoft Dataverse table, can you automate that using automated cloud flow? And the trigger can be only one trigger that you have, which is when a row is added, modified, or deleted, or when an action is performed. There are two types of trigger for Microsoft Dataverse. So when it comes to model-driven apps, you can easily say that this trigger will act for everything that you do on model-driven app. You create a record, you modify a record, and you just go ahead and do some changes in model-driven apps. You can use this trigger directly and link your table to it. So when it comes to automation of model-driven apps, we pay attention to Microsoft Dataverse, but our Canvas apps are not such. Let's just say you created a blank app. Okay, I created, and keeping the same example, if I call this as a feedback application, all right, or let's call this as a ticket, or maybe IT help desk ticket. Okay, where user can log in and they can go ahead and create a ticket for IT purposes, right? So simply an IT department would provide certain information. Let's make this application. So the first thing is I will introduce a label, will position it in such way, call it IT help desk ticket, right? Make it here. Change the color to this. Now here you provide several information to the user, such as the first thing that you do is provide a text input, right? And you would call this as the username. So username is the name of the person who will be creating this ticket. Now, what you want is you want this to be default. Anyone who is logging in, their name should come up. So you can always use a formula which is known as user dot full name. And you don't want user to interact with this information, right? So I say, OK, user should not be able to interact with this, which means the display mode should not be edit. It should be only view. Now username is not editable. User cannot interact. What are other things that I would need if I am a user and I wanted to submit information about the query that I am having? OK, so let's call this as title. Nothing on default. Hint text. Similarly, copy this. Description. OK, one of the drop down. We will call this as type of issue. In sample item, we will keep this as desktop issue, LAN issue, or let's call this as internet. OK, another can be printer or other. Right, there can be a lot of issues with a company. And what else do you think would be needed in a ticket? Username is here. I'll enter the title. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now I want to submit this ticket. So I'll give a submit button.
Yes, sir, I'm just asking that we can also create one table where the username, title, description, and type of issue is already present. So don't need to create these here. We can directly select that form and edit form audit. Then it will be coming.
That's right. We can do that too. Okay, so here is my simple ticket. Now what I want is, as soon as I submit this information should flow to user or should flow to an email, which means as I click on this button, as I submit this ticket, right? I want to submit all of these information back to on an email. Maybe I want to receive it in on Microsoft Teams. My IT help desk team is on Microsoft Teams, and I would like to send them a notification that I have submitted a ticket. Right? So how would I do that? So in order to automate any action and connect Power Automate to Power Apps, you do have a Power Automate button right over here. So if I go to the left panel, I see Power Automate option. In the action panel as well, I do have Power Automate. For this, Power Automate will use instant cloud flows. So even if you go over here, you can see that there is a flow, there is a trigger that is available for Power Apps. So either you can start creating a flow right from here, where you can say you wanted to connect to Power Automate. You wanted to add flows. If you already have a flow that is built up in Power Automate, see it will only go on looking for instant cloud flows. We don't have any instant cloud flows. You can go ahead and create a new flow right from here. So I'll click on create a new flow. I can use these items. What are these? These are templates. Add an item to a SharePoint, click a button in Power Apps to send an email. This is something that I want, but you can see there are a lot of things that could be done. So I wanted to click a button in Power Apps to send an email. I'll follow this as the ticket flow, Office 365 Outlook, and I click on next. I'll edit that flow. And within the same page, I can see that there is a flow designer. While the flow designer has Power Apps, you could see that there are some dynamic contents that would be coming up from Power Apps. To whom the email should be sent to, what should be the subject line, and what should be the body of the email. These are the dynamic contents that are coming right from where? From Power Apps. So let's just see how does this work. I am saving this information. Send an email to, then the subject line and save. Perfect. I'll save this opportunity. And that flow will start appearing in my Power Automate section in Power Apps. Now I just need to link this flow. Okay. So what is the action here? The action is selecting a button. So I would say when user selects that, the button, the flow, which is click button in Power Automate send an email .run would be the formula. You can see that name of the flow, which is right over here. And then the run action has 3 arguments to be passed. What should be the email address? What should be the subject? what should be the body? This is something that developer will go ahead and configure. So the email address can be this user's email address for sure. So I would say user dot email in my example. Subject line. The subject line would be this particular input, anything that user inputs here. This is text input 2. So I would say text input 2 dot text, right? Now description. So in description, I will enter static information. I know that for entering static information, I do need to provide description. And what is this? This is text 2_1. Okay. And then a lot of space. Then and then I will call this as type of issue. Okay. This is drop down 1. So drop something somewhere I'm making mistake. This is done. This is done. Yeah. Drop down 1 dot selected text dot value. Okay. Now, where is the problem? Click a button, send an email via V2. And that's it.
Yes, sir. After description and then colon and text input, one dot text, then one semicolon is there, means one inverted comma is there. After that, and
This is for this space.
no. That text input 2_1 dot text, then one inverted comma.
No, we don't need inverted comma. See, this is static.
Okay.
Description is static. Then this double colon is also static. This is also static, and everything is done. See, error is gone. So this is also done. Okay. So now what should happen? As soon as I submit this information, I should receive, my flow should run. Right? So that's how I do my flow. I'll call this as a ticket title as Power Apps and Power Automate test. Same thing for description. I'll select this as printer and I'll submit this information. As I submit this, my flow should run. I do have my flows in which I have a clicker button here. This is an instant flow and my flow should run right over here. How would I check if my flow had succeeded? I should have received an email on my Outlook with that information. So you can see that instant flows are very much. So I see that description, Power Automate test, type of issue, printer. This is how I can connect Power Apps and Power Automate together. And you can keep on thinking about all the possibilities of how Power Apps and Power Automate can be connected using the instant.
Can we connect one scheduled flow?
No, scheduled flow. No, scheduled flow is a trigger, right? Is a time triggered flow.
Yeah.
So how can we connect it to Power Apps?
Suppose we have done something, means let for that meeting link we have to send it, means happen tomorrow, then and today we have to submit that.
Again, it would be instant. If you have to connect to Power Apps and Power Automate, it will always be instant because it will be based out of a button. Come on, go on thinking. What are the things that you could do using Power Apps?
In the Power Apps, you can see, sir.
Say that again.
You know, I'm saying, sir, in a Power Apps, like when we can take bottom, sir, just we need to connect with the Power Automate, sir, in a Power Apps.
Oh, yeah, by using the Power Automate option, we will have a flow here, right?
Yes,
we will create
yes,
a flow. We will add a flow from our environment. But to start a flow, we need to apply it to a button.
yes,
Not
sir.
only it can also be based out of icons. So anything that has an on select property, by using formula, which is Power Automate flow.run, flow name.run, we can connect it.
Yes, sir. And also, sir, we can like if we can't like take, sir, bottom and like we just I want like icon, sir. So also we can connect with the like, sir, Power Automate, sir.
Yes,
icon,
yes, we
sir.
can do that too with icon.
Oh.
Icon. Anything that has an on select property, we can connect it through Power Automate.
Okay, okay. Sir.
And sir, we can also connect this to our table that for record purpose, that this things means this ticket will raise and that record should be kept in our table.
Yes, you can do that. You can do for sure. Now here, one thing is important. If you are going to use a table, right? Why would you use Power Automate Instant Cloud Flow? Rather, you will use, since a record is making in the table, rather you will use automated cloud flow, isn't it?
Yes.
So I wanted you all to be aware about both the possibilities. If you are using table, then you'd already have when a row is added, modified or deleted. There is a trigger already available. You don't need to connect to Power Apps. But when you are not using Microsoft Dataverse, maybe you are using SharePoint. Even SharePoint has connectors. Maybe you're not using any kind of database. You're only creating this a standalone app. For those, you can go ahead and have those options. Go ahead, try making a Canvas app at your end. Be it be any, it's not necessary that it should be IT help desk ticket only. You can create any app that you imagine and try connecting the first easiest flow is to connect through Outlook. So try connecting that flow. And let me know if you come across any issues. I'm here to help you.
Okay. icon and text input I want to connect, and from that icon I want to automate that thing. Can I share this thing?
Yeah, sure.
This one is the simple thing. Customer service feedback. These are the text inputs, and these are it's not in that disable option is there for the disable.
So now what do you want to do? How would you want to
It's the
submit?
only view to the customer, and
Okay.
from this
You want to start the flow.
icon I want to connect with feedback, and from this icon also I want to start the flow. These three means if customer press this one, then it will automate and give the mail to me, and this one and this one. Three.
Okay. So have you made the flow?
I want to give.
Yeah, click on the icon. Now go to Power Automate. Go to Action.
So what I want to say, first I have to connect with this icon to this input text. Then only it will take this good and take this.
That's fine. That's fine. Click on Action. Action from the top.
Oh, action.
Yeah. Click on Power Automate.
Okay.
That is right. Anything would work.
Okay. So for every button, I have to create one flow. Every icon. Hello, sir.
Yes, every icon. You just can copy paste that formula. We just need to create.
What formula, sir?
In
Power Apps. It's not the button.
Click button in Power Apps to send email. That's right. That's right. You can select that.
It's the icon. Then.
That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't work. It doesn't. It will work in the same manner. Create flow. Let it add.
Add flow.
Yeah.
Instant.
That's fine. That's fine. Your flow is added. Now go to formula. Select the icon. Go to the onSelect property and go to the formula. Write your flow's name. Click.
Means this one.
Yeah. Right. Start typing it.
Any copy.
Click. The name is click. So start typing click.
Okay.
Select the dot run. Yeah. Now here the first is who should it send email to? So it should send to you, right? You are the user.
Yes, sir.
Type user bracket dot email. User. Select the user. Complete the bracket. Dot.
Email.
No. Close. No. Complete the bracket.
Function.
Dot. Email. Comma. Now it will ask. It is asking you for subject.
Yes, sir.
What should be the subject of it?
Subject is this
Customer feedback.
feedback is good. Means, yes, customer feedback. Subject is customer feedback. Value
Keep that as static.
static. Static is something error is coming. Hello, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Static means static text. You declared static text by double inverted commas, right? So you will start with double inverted commas. You will write there that customer feedback, right?
Okay. Then in that subject, I have to
Remove it, remove it. Remove static. Start double inverted commas. Type here customer feedback. Close the double inverted commas. Comma. This will be subject. So that is static text. Now send an email body. What do you want to send here? This feedback is good, this feedback is average, this feedback is bad. You want to send like that, right?
Yes. Can I do something like that input text value?
Yeah, you can do that. So you can type there. What is the name of that? You can type the control name. Text input. Is it text input or is it label?
No, text input.
Okay, text input dot text.
This one is coming text input one.
Yeah, one dot text. That's it.
Yes. Then sir semicolon or it's complete.
No, nothing. Just select the text to complete the bracket. Select the text. Select the text from the bottom. Hello.
Yes, sir.
In the IntelliSense, there are two things coming up, text and hint text, right? Select them when you write that formula.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Complete the bracket.
Yes, sir. Then
Now it's done. Now you would copy that formula, paste it for every icon, and the last part of it, which is text input one dot text, you will only go on changing that. Right? It will be text input two dot text for the second right mark, and for the third one, it would be text input. Yeah, that's right. You need to copy it. You need to copy it, and you need to apply it to the second right mark that you have.
Okay, can I play it for now? For check.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
Check email. You should receive an email for the trial account.
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, also I get the
Now, name of the customer is coming for text input. Your text input, the text input was wrongly selected. You need to select the text input which is good, right? The name is different.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Tell me any other issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that description, after description, the two columns. Remove before that. Allow controls. With allow controls. Approve controls. I have requested controls. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At the top of your screen, you will see an option to allow controls. No, I didn't get it. What is happening?
Again, sir, allow like yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now this here, right? This is a semicolon. This should be inside it. So what you wanted to do is you would need to remove this so that this is inside it, right? Then again, this should not be here, semicolon. It should be dot text. Okay, this is comma, this is here, this is within it, this is within it, this is wrongly kept. No. Yes. Where is the problem now? It is text. This is not test. Which one it is? Item type? The text input 4. What do you want to give in subject? Description, price, or what? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What was my question? do you want to give here? What do you want to give in subject?
Sir, item type and descriptions, price.
It is text input 3. And this is text input 2. So run user.email. Is it drop down 2? But then did you not add the flow? Amazon help desk, the name of the flow. So you need to write the name of the flow, right? Amazon help desk.
Oh,
Then it will work. Otherwise, how it will work? Yeah, it's done. Okay. Okay. We'll stop here for today. Any other issues? We will see it on our next class. When is our next class? Monday. Anything that you want to convey before we end this session? Rifakat, any issues with your flows?
Sir,